Hello everybody, welcome back to more Binding of Isaac Versus with Etheron369. 369. We have found a seed. Well, I've found a seed. Money equals power. I think it'll be interesting, I don't know. I have no idea how much money is on it, but it adds another layer of decision making. Like, I don't know, keeping the money or not.
Hardcore strategy.
Hardcore strategy. It's the last two episodes. There's actually some speed strats going on for like the first time.
I'm confident today.
I
woke up on the right side of the bed, thinking to myself, I'm gonna win a game of Isaac today.
Cool. I hope you do. It's more exciting when it's you start the episode and it's up in the air, and I think for a little while it has been. It's gotten to the point where you really totally could win. Every single episode.
I mean, I could have from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like,
you're getting your Isaac legs.
I watched a lot of anime back in the day. Then the whole thing in anime is when the characters are fighting, right? It's like, this is only my fourth power level. This isn't even what my final form could be. And then they power up even further. You know, you never start with like the max power. I've just been feeling out your skill. Now it's time to go Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Ultimate Kingdom Hearts Annihilation Beam.
Yes. Dream drop distance.
Of dreams.
All right. Are you ready to press the button so we can see your power level?
I'm ready.
And Knuckles. Okay.
On hard mode, on the same save.
Wait, on hard mode?
With retromation.
Hard mode or normal mode? I was on normal. Ooh, that would have been bad.
Ooh.
Hard or normal? What do you think?
I'll flip a coin.
Okay.
The first thing I could grab was $1 bill. It landed butt side up, so I guess tails, which means normal.
Okay. All right. On normal, I'm gonna start the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Button. So wait, you're playing as me, correct? Also, pick up the item right away. Don't re-roll it. It's money equals.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, you mean you could re-roll it? That would.
This is my strategy.
I mean,
I can't re-roll it. Oh wait, no, yes I could.
You can.
Because of the
boom.
Bombo.
I mean, I would take money equals power because I think it's probably one of the better things you can get. Oh.
Most assuredly.
Oh man.
Holy cow. Is our damage normally that low, or did money versus or equals power do that?
No, our damage is pretty low. It's low damage but really high speed, or pretty high speed. But I think it's like relatively. I think it's probably worse than the average damage, but it makes up for it with the spacebar item. Because Sharp Stride is stupid strong.
When did you start with a trinket, or did I pick that up and not even realize it?
I gave myself the thing that lets you see tinted rocks, because everybody makes fun of everyone who plays Isaac for not seeing the tinted rocks. So I was just like, here, I'm gonna make it so my character can just see them, and so I can just get them. Without even having to worry.
I didn't even know about that. So you're pulling some sneaky business behind the scenes. That's the real reason you've been winning. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you're a better player objectively.
Right. I have not won a game with my character, have I? I thought you won the last 2 times. Or wait, I can't remember. You definitely won last time. No. I think you won 2 out of 3 of the last matches.
Really, I think I won every time.
I think you probably won every time.
The finer details of it, the finer details are, of course, a matter of debate and discussion.
Yeah, yes. I mean...
But yeah, for all intents and purposes, all I do is win, no matter what.
No matter what, yeah.
Money equals power in my mind, and I'm never giving that up. I don't remember the rest of the words, but something about your hands in the air and stay there until I say down, up, down, in which case they can no longer stay there because they need to go down at some point.
This run is good.
Speaking of, do you ever? I of course am guilty of what I'm about to describe, but I don't think I have been for a while. But have you ever encountered people who, during the height of some new pop song's popularity, decide to get all They like to critique things just because they're popular.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so boring.
Yeah, but the worst offenders of this are when they try to deconstruct the song, like literally, rather than
that is so dumb. Where do you stop then? Where do you stop?
it's like when I don't know. Generally, I just don't really think enough about pop songs or just songs in general because I'm dumb. I don't think about them a lot to give them that sort of same level of critical analysis. But like the ones I was thinking of specifically were what was the One Direction of their name? The when they did the "What Makes You Beautiful" song. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And everybody and their grandmother is saying, "Oh my God! Well, if the fact that she doesn't know that she's beautiful means that she is beautiful, then you're telling her means she's not beautiful anymore." I'm so clever.
So clever. Yes.
I discovered a loophole. I should be a lawyer.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I don't know. I think a lot of art forms, yeah, and I am calling pop songs an art form. Gasp.
Oh, absolutely.
Gasp. Some people would argue not. Have completely different criteria for why they should be good. A pop song is if it's catchy, it did its job.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all it has to do.
You get all of these people getting so just angry when, you know, whatever the new hit single of the summer is not, you know, some lyrical masterpiece written by what's the Pulitzer Prize winning songwriter Bob Dylan. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's not some work of incredible American literature. The song is so trash.
It doesn't even have good graphics.
They're over here saying, oh my God, this music's so bad. I wish we could go back to the days when Queen was the big band. Do you remember that song where they talk about a bicycle for 3 minutes? That's real art.
There's always been terrible music. There's always been terrible lyrics. It's just
absolutely.
Come on, guys.
Do you know? You're familiar with Mozart, correct?
No, who?
You've surely heard of him.
Who's that? Oh.
I bring up Mozart because it's an interesting. I feel like it's an interesting note on the whole. At least the notion that pop songs are all just about stupid things to appeal to a larger audience. I like bringing up Mozart because if you are at all familiar with his work, you've probably heard of the song that he wrote in jest called. Now my German is a little bit off here, so please forgive me, but it's "Leck me in mein Arsch." is a song.
I can't. Not right
for
now.
a choir. The D infinity. That's
I'm not going with that. Do you know what it does?
I'm not gonna take that either. Yeah, doesn't it just do a random dice roll every time you use it?
Yes, it switches into a different die every single time. I think money equals power is just good enough to keep. That, I mean, you could be rolling a die and get something real wacky.
I could get freaking brimstone explosion.
Yeah. I'm so happy I changed that to brimstone, so now it's actually brimstone.
It's canon.
It's canon. It's canon. I didn't add anything,
Also,
by the way, if anybody's wondering. In between these videos, I didn't touch the mod, so all the things are the same.
Yes. Side note, before moving on from the music discussion, if anyone's curious about "Leck Me in Mein Arsch," it's actually a really beautiful piece. I wholeheartedly, unsarcastically, and non-jokingly recommend that piece.
I believe
because it's beautiful. It's like a 7-person choir, and it starts out with like "Leck me in mein Arsch," but then you get like all the different polyphonics going on. It's like and then the other guys are it's truly wonderful. And I think it's a testament to the real genius of Mozart. People like to point out that he was a child prodigy, that, you know, he was doing all of these things that took the masters decades to learn by the time he was 10. But I think his real, true standing testament is "Lick Me in Mein Arsch."
I believe that this is not a bamboozle. I firmly believe it. It sounds so real. I believe you. And I love that it's real. What is this? What floor are you on, by the way?
I definitely didn't die and then not say anything earlier, and I'm definitely not fighting Little Horn right now.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm going pretty slow, and that's not me being a bamboozler. I know that I've been a bamboozler quite recently. but I'm not going very fast. I'm on Catacombs 1.
Catacombs. That's right after Littlehorn, is it not?
I'm pretty sure you, like, I've been going really slow. I've been doing due diligence, and I guess I'm glad I did. Because
We've still got the modded, what's his face head? Goat head. It's like the weird Satan wolf.
do we? I don't.
You don't?
I don't. It's goat head from me.
What?
What?
I haven't changed any of my settings. What? Interesting.
Maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe the one I uploaded is different than the one I made, and like.
Wow,
still
look at
have.
this. Look at this. Mod maker changing the rules of his own game.
If
secretly.
anything, the only things that'll be thing that'll be different is the art for that. Is it the art or is the name?
It's the art.
Okay.
Which has also for some reason disappeared. I guess because I got Cat of Nine Tails, which gave you some really interesting red highlights in your hair.
Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I like the way it looks. It's pretty good. I'm 2/3 goopy already.
Hold on. What?
Yes.
Whoa. I have to do this too.
I don't know that you will. I did some
What?
little sneaky sneaks. I
did
think you
some
passed
sneaky
up
sneaks.
it. I think you accidentally already went past the 9 lives.
The 9 live. Oh, don't tell me there was like some sneaky,
Oh my
black
God!
market thing somewhere that I missed. Because I know that there was a
This-
crawl space on the first floor.
Sorry, this run is dumb. I have Dark Bum, Mom's Knife, 2/3 Guppy,
What are you doing? Are we even on
Money
the same
equals
run?
power. Yes.
What is this?
Catacombs 1. Turns so dumb. And we have a bright red knife. Go to the sacrifice room. It might be on that floor. 9 lives.
Oh, if it's oh wait, that floor isn't clear. That's why you can't go through doors. Ya ding dong. Let's see. What's the item? Razor blade.
Yes. I re-rolled that.
Space. You re-rolled it. With Perthrow.
Yeah, with Perthrow. I'll give you the little tip. I mean, the thing you get isn't Guppy, but it's better than the Razor Blade, than Blood Rights, or whatever it's called. It's better than
Juicy sack.
that. Yes. Wait, are you on Catacombs 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just this is no bamboozle because I'm super stacked. I'm just entering Catacombs 2 right now.
Oh dang. Your boy still has a chance to turn this around.
Yeah, you're really, considering you died, you're really not far behind. But you have to get
clean
the
up
deal
my
with the
life of
devil.
crime.
You have to get the deal with the devil, otherwise I don't think you can. Or I could die, I guess. That's also another option always.
Did you? Or was that just a hypothetical?
Did I die? No,
Yeah.
I did. I died a couple times, but I have 9 lives.
Oh,
I died
man.
intentionally to get to, because I used 9 lives to get a bunch of deals with the devil. If I didn't have 9 lives, okay, you might. If you don't get 9 lives, I think you might have a really tough time here, because I used it to get Mom's knife.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, let's see how the frail. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Am I going to take damage and not get a deal with the devil chance, thus ending my chance at winning the run, or am I going to be the great boy supreme?
I don't know.
The best in the business.
Great boy supreme.
I got hit, but I still have 100% devil deal chance. That's interesting. Not
that's
the spirit heart, as I
God's
have forgotten about before. What'd you say?
Goat head.
Oh, okay. I'm dumb, but that's okay.
Oh, I forgot you got goat head. You're definitely getting a deal with the devil then. I forgot you picked it up. Didn't know if you got it or not.
Not if Frail kills me with his Brams. Oh my god! It's okay.
Rest in peace.
This is still doable. I can catch up, probably.
You can catch
This
up.
is just a practice run. This is just a practice run. All that talk about winning a game today. That was just mostly locker room talk. You shouldn't take it seriously. Does Lust even give you anything, or did I just walk in here because I'm an idiot?
I don't
I have a
remember him
penchant
giving
for
you
walking
anything.
into Lust over and over again.
I don't remember. Oh shoot! I shoot.
Right, he gives you the "Are you a wizard" pill. Stink Town. It's interesting that the little pebbles that are left after you blow up secret rocks tend to shimmer too.
Yeah.
A very interesting detail that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I'm sure it's an accident. Like, it's too weird. It's probably something to do with just leftover particles. Like, I don't know. Having the same parent.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
no!
what he said, yeah.
Yeah.
I was, also, I tried to come up with some things to talk about before we started today so that I would have an arsenal of, interesting conversational points to make.
Yep.
However, as you may or may not have gleaned from from recent events, Breath of the Wild has kind of taken over my life.
It's a good game.
It's a really good game.
Like, no Mozart speak, you know? Like, I'm not gonna tear it down because everybody likes it. It's real good. Like,
it's so good.
and it's one of the things where when I hear people talking negatively about it for this, like, there's some problems here and there, but it's a really, really, really good game. I don't know.
I've been thinking a lot about that, like, obviously because I've spent, let's see, I started playing the game on Sunday. It is currently Wednesday, which means in the 3 days I've owned it, I've put in about, I want to say like 21 hours of game, which is pretty much every single moment of my life that I have not been asleep, eating, or at school. I keep a small journal. Actually, I keep 2 journals, but one of the journals I put a note. I said, I feel like my life is slowly being split into the time playing Breath of the Wild and the time spent waiting to play Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like, I've since kind of taken a break. I mean, I mean to go back for sure, but like I don't know. I beat the main thing. I know it's an open world thing, and you don't really beat it until you do everything. But whenever I have an open world game like that, and then I like go and I make the decision to complete the story, like I kind of lose my flavor for a little bit. So I recommend not beating the story, quote unquote, until later, unless you don't have that problem.
Maybe that's why you didn't like Skyrim. Did you go after the main quest first?
No, I actually never touched the main quest.
Oh.
So wait, no, it's definitely not. Definitely not the reason. Hold on.
Because that's the way that I generally tend to go about games like this, is especially if it's a huge open world, just do everything other than the main quest. Never mind the fact that Zelda's, counting on me, and she says, Link, please, like, hurry right now, I don't have much time. And I'm like, hold on, let me spend the next 6 hours trying to tame a horse. Let me run around in circles for a little bit. Let me climb a mountain, jump off, and then climb back up it.
I'll be right back. Yeah, I do the same thing. Like, with games that I really do want to savor, I just made the mistake of going too early. And now I need to wait a little bit before I go back. Because it's one of the games where when you beat... I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler because it's like a game mechanic. When you beat the game and everything's all said and done, and you restart your profile, it's like, it starts exactly right before you do the last thing. Like, it goes back, you know?
What?
Does that make sense? Like it's a second...
It probably would have if that was in English.
I phrased it dumb, but... let me think how I can phrase this. It's stupid. Okay, you have your save file. You're about to go in. Okay, I'll use a different game as an example. You're about to go and fight Bowser, and Bowser destroyed the world. You know.
Hey, so long, gay Bowser.
So long, gay Bowser. But after you beat Bowser, you want to start the game back up, and you're like, okay, let's see how the world is now that Bowser doesn't rule it anymore. And you start it up, and it's like, oh, never mind. I didn't beat Bowser yet.
Okay, I got so like the new game plus is just it's back in there's still conflict times.
I think it does make the game harder. I think, but still, it feels weird, you know. It feels strange. You're like, oh, there's a little bit of dissonance here. I know that I did something, but it didn't happen.
It's like, doesn't that happen a lot in MMOs? That feeling where you're like, oh my god, I just completely conquered the
gotta
reign
do
of
the
darkness.
dungeon. Oh.
Just kidding, everything's still the same.
Yeah. Oh,
We're all
gotta
the
go
chosen one on this
kill him
blessed day.
again.
Here,
I guess.
Here I go kill him again.
Yeah, it's like that. It's not really a problem with the game per se. It's just like a
personal preference kind of thing.
In a game that for me feels a lot about immersion, I just need to wait a little bit and go back to it when I've lost that feeling that I solved the problem, I saved the world or whatever.
I gotcha.
I need to have that wear off.
As an estimate, how many hours do you think you put into the game before reaching that, beaten point?
Oh, probably like 40 or 50. Like,
40 or 50?
Yeah. I did a lot.
Okay.
I did a lot.
Because I can easily I think, what was I gonna say? I'm not very far into the game despite having put so many hours in, and dang it, I swear I start with a point and then I have a stroke. I don't remember where I was going with that. What is this, karma? What does karma do?
You can see yourself getting a lot of time out of it? Is that the point?
I don't think I actually remember, like, even the basic idea of what that was going to be.
Yeah, no, it's real good. And there's like, I don't know how far you are, but you get a thing. Oh my god, this run is so dumb. I got epic fetus.
Would you stop?
I don't know how far you are, but there's like some major quests. Like there's one point that happens, and there's a huge branching decision tree that you can decide to start. And I took a long time to start that, but then as soon as I started, I just went and I did all of it, and I wish I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish I took a little bit longer. Holy
the way I've been
crap!
playing is just really, really slow.
I think that's a good
not
idea.
Slow, but just meandering, I guess, is more of a correct term. Where I'm kind of just experiencing, because I've got a very a very unexpected yet profound emotional connection to the game, and I don't fully understand why, but I've been trying to think of some hypotheses that would explain it, because the game, especially in the first, I want to say 3 hours or so, the game is pure magic.
It's so immersive. Because it really is.
It's so unlike any other Zelda game that I'm aware of, at least. Admittedly, I haven't played, the whole cavalcade of games ever made under the Zelda name, but the fact that it's so different and so just everything about it is so interesting, and it captures a lot of emotions that have not previously been captured by games for me. For instance, when I say the magic thing, a lot of this may boil down to a sort of a personal viewpoint, but I do think that a similar experience may have happened to many other people. So in the very beginning of the game, you don't even know what I've said yet, you poser.
No, it's magic.
You have no idea if you've
I
had
said
this
that I felt
experience or
magic.
not.
Okay,
you
I
don't even know if
would you
it's the same
just
kind of magic.
tell me your story?
Poser. Okay, so sorry, I'm just yanking your ball and chain here.
Don't.
See, that was a joke to the item I have right now, but it wasn't actually very funny.
You have ball and chain. What run are you on?
Yeah, I did the D Infinity because I didn't think I was gonna be winning today. And I figured, you know what? Let's just do some fun.
Yeah. Okay.
No, so
yeah, go.
I'm talking about a very specific kind of magic that may or may not be specific to myself. So all my life, I have always had this weird, recurring sort of dream-like fantasy where it centers around just a group. I don't know how to describe it. So like the whole concept of Dungeons and Dragons is to have a party that goes on these fantastic adventures, and everybody's using their own skills to their own strengths, and a lot of it has to do with these crazy varied environments and stories and all of this just it's so hard to put into words.
I got
you. You know what I'm talking about? That sense of wonder that comes from being put into a world that exists solely for you.
Yeah.
That a world that is is so unique and vast and in many ways just as real and tangible as the real world, but you know, for you. I think that especially in the first few hours of Breath of the Wild, partially due to the fact that it is such a different game from all the other Zelda games, in addition to the fact that it's just a good game. It manages to capture that same feeling of wonder I have, where I'll explain how I first got that feeling. So as I'm walking out of the cave in the beginning, I'm also, for anybody concerned about Breath of the Wild spoilers, I'm not going to discuss anything beyond the starting area.
I'm gonna spoil it all.
Oh my god, no, please don't.
Link kills Zelda.
Oh my god!
Link kills Zelda door.
What? How could he do that? What does the cracked dice do?
I don't know. Wait, what? Wait, how far are you? Hold on. I'm going really slow. Hold on. Where are you?
I'm on the womb, brah.
I know. No, you're not.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I know
I'm
cracked dice is
Catacombs 1.
That's right. I'm only one floor ahead of you. I'm going really slow.
How could you possibly be on...
Am I wrong? I'm on Mom. How far ahead is that? I can't remember.
No, you're like 4 floors.
Oh, okay, that's
three
right.
floors
Okay.
ahead of me.
Oops, my bad. Didn't mean to get your hopes
Yeah,
up.
dangus.
Don't call me a dangus.
Don't worry. You can't get my hopes up. Nothing can get my hopes up any further than Breath of the Wild at this point. But anyway, so the moment that first felt like ridiculously magical was in the first like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Where you're supposed to go. I mean, obviously you don't have to, really. Yeah. But you're supposed to go down that hill to meet the old man. Yeah. And there's a lake and there's a little island. Yeah. With a sword sticking out of it. Do you remember the one I'm talking about?
Yes.
That first moment where you see that just out there, where you can go and grab it, and you're in a completely new game that's completely different from any other game that from the same series. It's just, I don't know, it's all new, and that feeling of being able to go and pick up, just some, even though it was a crappy sword, the fact that that was
it's an option, it's a thing.
Yeah, I'm really not vocalizing this well, but it's not so much that it's a thing, it's that it satisfies that really, not primal, but that kind of childlike desire to explore out into some unknown frontier.
Yep. It does a really good job.
It's a good game.
Yeah, no, it does a really, really good job at making you want to go places. Like,
oh yeah, and that's another thing.
It just does that really well.
Exploration so well.
Like the shrines
little
and
Korok
stuff.
Dudes.
Yeah, that too. Do you know how many there are? There's like,
I have no idea, but I find them everywhere. So there have got
like a lot. There's I think there's like 1,000.
That makes perfect sense.
Almost.
Because I don't think that I'm any more or less explorative than the average person, but I do feel like there are a lot of areas that look pretty inconspicuous, and I just think, you know what? Let me poke around this for a second, and it turns out to be like 6 of those guys. Yeah.
But yeah, it does that really well. Like, I don't know. I compared it to Skyrim when I was playing it. I was trying to figure out like, why do I like this a whole lot? No, I mean, why can I get really into this and be really immersed in this, but not be like really immersed in Skyrim? And I don't know. There's something about like the way that you build your character.
Did you see what I called it the other day?
What?
I didn't mean to. I just completely talked over you. By the way, my bad. Let me tell you what I called it the other day. Is I need to look it up on my thing because my memory is garbage. I'm actually gonna pause just because I know that it's not gonna affect this. Hold on. Let's see. What did I call it? I called it. I also likened it to Skyrim in a way, but I think part of the thing that makes it so immediately appealing is it's a game a lot like Shadow of Mordor, where the whole reason that game was really good is because if you look at it, it's a bunch of other games wrapped into one. Like Shadow of Mordor, like looking at it, it almost looks like an Assassin's Creed mod. Yeah. So I have jokingly and lovingly referred to the game as Legend of Assassin's Far Cry Skyrim of the Colossus.
Sounds about right. But yeah, I think it does it for me, so much better. Like, it fills that... I've always wanted an open world game that I cared to explore in. And it's like one of the first ones that I actually did care about. Like, going somewhere.
One of the recurring feelings I've had about the game is that... Because I also think a lot about Skyrim, is that it's... Compared to Skyrim, it's such a more... It feels real. The whole world feels like... I don't... Like, one of the first feelings I remember having that really impressed me was that everything you do feels like it has a purpose.
Yeah, everything feels intentional. Like, all the pieces...
Literally every stone you can unturn has a reason.
Yeah. Like, usually it's either put there because they want you... Like, they're trying to coerce you to use it on the enemies, or, like, nearby, or there's a hidden little gremlin underneath it, and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
everything, everything feels very intentionally put there. And, your way to grow, like, to get stronger, like, stat-wise, is, you know, like, finding the shrines. And it makes you, like, want to do them. And because, like, if you want to get stronger, you'll want to do them. Or if, you know, you just want to see all the puzzles, you want to do them. They do a really good job at tying a lot of that stuff and making it something you want to do instead of something that you kind of, like, have to do to get stronger. Like, I have to do this to get to the thing that I want to do. It's like, you know what? I want to do this too. That's what I found.
Exactly. Like, I think part of what makes the world feel, you know, in addition to just everything having a purpose or a hidden exploration incentive or just having so much stuff, is that the world feels real because Breath of the Wild does something that so many other games that you wish you could do in other games, like the ability to climb.
Yeah.
It makes the world feel like an actual world, because in so many other games you come up to a wall or a gate or a fence or a gap in the rocks and you're like, I know my character can double jump. Why the hell can't he scale this fence?
Yeah.
And then in Breath of the Wild it just says you can.
Yeah, exactly. It's got that cheesy, if you see that mountain over there, you can go to it. It's got that, but, like, for real. Like,
yeah,
you can actually.
I thought of that exact phrase because that was one of the selling points of Skyrim, is that, oh, you guys see those mountains over there? You can climb those mountains. I mean,
if you feel like
hop up the mountain by spamming the Y button or riding a horse. But no, in Breath of the Wild, it's just like, no, you with your hands and feet can climb up that mountain.
Yeah, it's like maybe you'll have to, like, get like a stamina upgrade to do it conveniently, but you can piece it together eventually.
Absolutely. It makes the world, like I said, it makes the whole world feel like not only is it for you, but that it's a real world. Another thing it does so well is a sense of scale.
Yeah.
Like when you climb up a mountain and you look out over the landscape, it's probably the closest in any game I've gotten to not just saying, oh, I can see how far away stuff is. It's like,
I feel a little sick.
Have you ever gone hiking on a mountain trail or anything like that? Have you ever been to the summit of a mountain?
Yes.
Where you get a good view at the end?
Yes. Very hard to breathe.
It's like that. It's like that same feeling you get looking over the horizon of the actual Earth. I feel like I experience in Breath of the Wild. That might be a little bit of a dramatization for the sake of the game.
I love this game more than I love all my future children.
I kind of do right now.
It's a really, really good game. It's been a while since I played it, and the honeymoon phase wore off, and I still, like, I still really, 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 really like it.
After I want to say like 9 or so hours in, it started feeling more kind of like a game, rather than, you know, the what magic.
Yeah.
But even then, and even now, just every part of it. And I mean, I'm 20-ish hours in. I've barely done the main quest. I've gone and explored and activated the towers in a bunch of places where I don't really need to be right now.
Yeah.
And even after all of that, I've only explored like less than a quarter of the map.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind. Like, that's another thing, dude. It's gargantuan. Like, stupidly big.
It's stupid big. Yeah.
I think the only game that's bigger is Witcher 3, I want to say.
Could be.
But
actually,
this game,
I thought it was even bigger than that, but I could be wrong.
I have no idea. I was basing it off that one image that everyone's seen with the squares.
Yeah.
Because I googled it. Because I was like, oh my god, this is big. How big is this? And it was like, oh, you remember GTA 5, that world with the really big map? Yeah, it's tiny.
It's an island. But yeah.
It's
great.
such a good game.
I could talk about it for this entire video. So let's.
I easily could.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not joking. I don't know if we should, but we totally. I totally could. It's.
I mean, I thought like when you asked me to record yesterday, I'm thinking to myself, I need to. That was one of the reasons I want to come prepared with topics. Is I'm not going to be able to talk about anything. Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Just because, and there's so much to talk about. Even in like the first starting area, you can spoil absolutely nothing. And
Yep.
I'm gonna play now.
Bye. See you later.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. I'm just gonna pause my game and open up Breath of the Wild. We'll continue our conversation, but I'm just gonna be playing Breath of the Wild instead.
Is this serious? Like it doesn't put it past. It wouldn't put it past you.
Not actually.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well,
I'd consider it.
I wouldn't. I would not be shocked. But ooh,
It's so.
I think for me a big reason why I got an emotional like response out of it too. The whole the soundtrack is so like incomplete, like intentionally, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like a big thing that really hit me emotionally for some reason. It sounds cheesy, but it's not. Like they did a good job by like making all these familiar scores, you know, like the Sheikah slate thing. When you put it on the thing, it goes
I was thinking about that yesterday.
and then it does the drip, and it takes away the really familiar part from you. Like it kind of leaves you a little bit alone or whatever.
It teases you.
Yeah, it's like you know exactly the score, but it takes it and it feels incomplete because the whole story is trying to, because like you lost your memory. I'm sure it's trying to tap into that, like like here it is. You can kind of, you can feel it, you can taste it. Whole thing's not there, but you're incomplete. And I think it really is always trying to make you feel that way, and it does a really good job. Like how you start off and you can get one shot by anything, and like even near the end of the game you can get one shot by anything until you like upgrade and stuff. I think it's really trying to make you feel like you're not how you used to be, and maybe you'll get there.
I got a very similar feeling that in addition, like part of the world being so expansive is that it's so new at the same time. I mean, it's the same Hyrule from I forget which timeline it is. I don't know if that's spoilers or not.
I don't remember. I think it's safe to assume every Zelda is in a different random place. Like this whole story, like they shoehorned it in later.
As I recall, it's one single timeline that begins with Skyward Sword, and then after Ocarina of Time, it splits into 3 timelines, where in Ocarina of Time you're either defeated or successful, and then the successful timeline splits into 2 more. I want to say. I don't know which one.
I think that's accurate.
Breath of the Wild follows.
Welcome back to Binding of Zelda.
Welcome back to. We just go. Oh, it's such a good game. It's such a good game. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my
god.
god.
It is.
What was it? And you mentioned that's one of the that's another. I tend to
That's
do that
another thing.
When I'm talking about subjects that go on for a while, I tend to go, that's another thing a lot. But that's another thing about the game that was so cool to me is that like you said, you can seriously get riggedy wrecked right from the get-go.
Absolutely.
Even if you go the way you're supposed to go, and I found myself not even caring. Like
yeah. No,
with
it
a
didn't
lot
bother
of games,
me.
if you get one shot by an enemy, half the time, I normally feel like, oh my, I could have avoided that. That was kind of stupid that it's able to do that. But in Breath of the Wild, I was just like, no, I mean, I was cool with it.
I did this dumb. I'll do it less dumb. It's one of those games where like everything is possible immediately, but you can go and you can explore and you can do all that stuff to make everything more convenient. And I like that. I like that whole approach.
Yeah, because there aren't a lot of barriers. I mean, they couldn't really
as
do
soon
a
as
lot
you
of
get off
barriers
the
with
main island, or the main tutorial land, you know, the part that everybody's probably seen by now, the beginning.
The Grand Plateau.
Yeah. As soon as you get off there, it's possible to do anything except maybe there's some mountains that you might have to get stamina upgrades to climb fully, but I don't even think so. Oh, my run's over. I thought I was going to maybe get to go to the void, but I don't.
Dang. I just got Epic Fetus a few seconds ago.
Well, now you don't
Zelda
get to
on the brain.
experience Epic Zelda.
Epic Zelda.
Well, how far in the run are you? That was pretty far back, wasn't it? Probably.
I am on Dank Depths 2, so probably about to beat Mom, so...
Probably not gonna probably
it.
complete. Yeah. All right. Let's call it. It was good talking about popular music and Legend of Zelda with you today. Well, very
Thank
casually
you.
playing The Binding of Isaac, sort of against you.
Look, that's the beauty of this. It's
I like
this
that.
series. It's more like a podcast where it's only kind of generally about the game.
I mean, there's the last 2 episodes were more about the racing because they were actually like really close.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I like the more loose structure where we don't have to care that much.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm gonna win the next one though. Mark my words.
Yeah.
This was just a practice run.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you do. I mean, you're going down. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you. I'm leaving you a blank space here.
Smash that Sheikah Slate.